welcome to Whiskey Woman Whisk, where I like cooking with whiskey and sometimes I even put some in the food. I do a little gardening, a little homesteading, a lot of preserving, and a whole lot of cooking. So if that's something you're interested in, be sure you like and subscribe to the channel and look out for more wonderful recipes. So today I'm going to be doing a Crockpot recipe. It is a Bourbon BBQ Chicken Chili. So I'm excited to put that together for y'all. I'm participating in Crocktober, which was put together and hosted a collaboration by Jeni Gough over at Jeni's Scratch Made Kitchen. So I'm excited to be a part of that. I'll be sure and list the collaboration list of all of the creators here on YouTube and all of their channels. I'll put that in the description so y'all can be sure and check out all of their channels and all of their wonderful recipes. Also, make sure you make a comment on every channel, and Jeni's going to be giving away a Crockpot at the end of this collaboration. So that's pretty exciting. So I've got a lot to do today, so this is perfect. Let me get all these ingredients chopped up and put together in the Crockpot, and I'm going to bring y'all with me, and then I can just let it cook and get on with my day. Let's get to it. Okay, y'all, first thing we've got to do is get all our veggies chopped up. We're going to need an onion, a couple of red peppers, a couple of jalapenos, some garlic. It's up to you how much. We really like garlic, so I got 4 big cloves and a couple of carrots. So I'm gonna get those prepped, then we'll start putting everything in the crock pot. Don't see that? Somebody's done something to my knife. The tip of it's got like a, Lord help. Okay, let's get this crock pot loaded. First, I'm gonna spray it with a little olive oil spray. Just kind of helps with cleanup later. I don't like to use those liners, plastic. So, we have a large can of diced tomatoes, 28 ounces, going in. I have a cup of barbecue sauce. I'm just using Sweet Baby Ray's plain. Don't use the sweet. You can always add honey later if you want it to be sweeter. I don't personally prefer it, but that is an option as well. We're gonna add half a cup of bourbon. If you're not a drinker, you can get those little bottles at the liquor store. Just so you know, the alcohol cooks off, so it's perfectly safe for your family to drink. To eat this with the bourbon in it. It does cook off. I cook with bourbon a lot. It's kind of like adding vanilla to baking. It just gives a rich enhancement of those, undertones of those flavors, and it is just awesome in savory and sweet recipes. I love adding bourbon to recipes. I'm just using this Devil's River, not too cheap. You don't want a gross bourbon. Unfortunately, there are a few of those. But you don't want to use a really expensive sipping bourbon. Just a basic, medium range bourbon. So we're going to add a half a cup of that in there. So I've got my spices. I have 3 tablespoons of chili powder, 1.5 teaspoons of cumin, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of sea salt, half teaspoon of black pepper. I'm going to go ahead and add that in. We're going to get all of these veggies in there. onions. See if I can scoop this in without dumping it all over the counter. Onions, jalapeno, garlic, carrots, red pepper. It is time to season this cutting board, y'all. It has been a workhorse all garden season, preserving everything. And it needs some love. Maybe soon. We're almost done with the garden. So we've got all that. I'm also gonna add a dash of liquid smoke. I've got this liquid smoke. It's really strong, y'all, so seriously, my little dasher is gone, so be careful. You really just want a tiny bit in there. So we're gonna give this a stir. And it smells amazing, and it hadn't even started cooking yet. And it doesn't look like a lot of liquid, but your chicken is going to produce liquid. All of these veggies, they're going to sweat down and create some liquid. And y'all know how crock pots are. They certainly create a lot of liquid. We're not going to add our beans. I'm going to add this later. We're not going to add our beans or our corn until later when we go to shred up that chicken. So now I'm going to add my chicken. You can use chicken breasts. You can use chicken thighs. You can use what I'm doing, which is a combination, generally about 3 breasts. But I'm using 2 breasts and 2 thighs in here. So go ahead and get that nestled down in there. We want those chicken parts to cook with lots of flavor. As it does start to sweat down, you'll get more liquid and you can really tuck it down in there a little bit better. But for now, let's just get some down in there. All right, we're gonna put a lid on it and let it go until later. You can cook this on low for about 8 hours or high for about 5. You get plugged in. And that's it for now. We'll come back later when our time is up. I'll just come and check it in about 5 hours, stick a fork in that chicken. If it breaks apart, we're ready to go. And at that time, we'll kind of chunk up our chicken, shred up our chicken, add our beans and corn. So we'll see y'all later. Take that chicken and just comes right apart. So we're going to take that out, cut it up, and get our beans and corn in here. Oh, this smells so good. Falling apart. Okay, we've got all that chicken shredded up. Now we like ours really meaty. You don't have to add this much chicken if you'd like it to be a little soupier, but we really like it meaty, so I'm putting all that chicken in there. And now I'm
adding these beans. I'm using light kidney beans. I, drained and rinsed them off a little bit. You can use whatever kind of beans you like. Pinto beans is really good in here. That's kind of my favorite. My husband really likes the kidney beans, so got that in there. And then we're going to add some corn. Now you can use a can of corn, you can use some frozen corn. I have some corn in the freezer from last year's garden that is just frozen up, so I need to get that used up. So I'm just going to dump that bag in here, stir it up, and then let those flavors meld a little longer with your corn and your beans in there and get those heated through. Okay, so while that's heating up for a few more minutes, I'm going to go ahead and get my cornbread in the oven. Okay, this is totally a preference thing. I like my liquid to be a little thicker, not like crazy, but just not quite so watery. So I'll use either cornstarch slurry, or here I've got the matzah out, so I've made a matzah slurry and dump that in, and that'll just kind of help thicken up that liquid a little bit. So let's spoon us up a bowl of this goodness. Okay, y'all, this smells so good. Look at that. Yummy. So I'm gonna fill up my bowl, and then I'm gonna top it with some cheese and I think some sour cream. That sounds really good. And then it needs to cool down a little bit. It's really hot. I think I'm gonna go outside. Sit outside, it's so beautiful. We're gonna go out there and give this a taste test. And of course I can't forget my cornbread, and I already took a big old bite out of it, so let me put the rest of that here, and then we'll go get a taste test.
Okay, so here is our Bourbon BBQ Chicken Chili, and I just topped it with some sour cream and cheese. So we're gonna give it a try. It's really hot. I decided to come outside because it feels so good out here. So hopefully the road noise isn't too much. So good. Seriously, that little bit of barbecue and then that bourbon gives it totally different flavors than if you were just to make I have an escaped chicken. She's decided to come see what I'm up to. Anyway, so yes, you just get that slightest little hint of the barbecue flavor in there, so that's really cool. I hope you'll give this recipe a try. Again, don't forget to check out the list of everyone in the collaboration and check out all the recipes. My escaped chicken, apparently we need clip wings again. So check all of them out and try some of the recipes, and check out their channels. Don't forget there is going to be a competition, don't forget there is going to be a giveaway that Jeni's going to be doing for a Crockpot at the end, so make sure you comment on all of the videos. Thanks guys for hanging out with me today. Y'all have a good one. Bye.